What up, tribe? It's your girl Raji, and I'd like to welcome you to my podcast, The House of Cush, where the evolved hustlers come to learn more about rootwork, conjure, tarot, culture, astrology, and a little bit of everything in between. I hope you guys are having an amazing rising so far, and today we are tapping in for Friday's Cush Almanac, which will include the horoscopes for today, as well as info about the transits and a tribe reading for you guys to see what the vibes are hitting for. Now, if it does not apply, let it fly. Do not try to make your size 7 fit in a size 10, and then it's just flapping all off your heels and things of that nature. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You never know who it can help. And if you are an OG, you know I love you so. Thank y'all so much for continuing to support my podcast way back when we was doing the Pretty Hustler episodes. Thank you so much. Again, don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe. And get in the comments. Engage. Let me know what y'all think. And let me know if you guys are having similar experiences, or if the message resonates for you. Okay, don't get cute, but it's all good. So yeah, let's get into it. So y'all know today is Friday. Friday is ruled by Venus, and Venus is all about if you went to that woo, Venus is about love workings. Venus is about pleasure, enjoyment, friendship workings, reconciliation workings, self-love workings more than anything, and mirror work, as well as pulling in on sexual attraction, intoxications by way of King Solomon's treacherous ass. Anyway, y'all know, if you've been listening to me in the Cush Concierge, was before it was this, you know how I have a ick with him. I do, because I just feel like he stole a lot of what he used for workings. He stole a lot of it. When I say stole, I mean trapped certain goddesses, trapped certain queens and empresses for his own benefit and well-being. But we're not gonna get all off into that today. I'm not gonna let him do all that to my podcast. But it's this guy on TikTok that was breaking it down, and he was talking about the different ways, and he's a Mason, and he's also, it's a guy, so I be wanting my fellas to know, while I am pro lady, because I am a lady, okay, I do listen and I do digest, you know what I'm saying? If it makes sense, I'll take it in. No shade, all tea. But yeah, some guys be scholars, men who really read and are studying that information. Sometimes they be coming with some really good facts, more often than not. But till they start getting their personal things into it, the research and the information be pretty good. Hey, I'll take it. But yeah, one day we'll go back off into that. Like I said, I got the Tribe Talks loading, but until then, y'all could check out the Cush Concierge, old Tribe Talks, if you want to get a little boost to see, what my feels are about certain topics. And certain things have shifted, like how I once felt about the title of witch. I did a whole episode, but that was kind of just my conditioning as me growing up in a Southern Baptist, home family that just don't like that word. And a lot of people have an issue with that word. So that kind of stuck on me just a little bit, so some days I'm feeling like a witch and some days I'm not. Some days you feel like a nut and sometimes you don't, you know what I'm saying? But I don't look at it in the way that I used to, as I've evolved in my practice, which, nothing stays the same, you know what I'm saying? Certain values and foundations do stay the same, but for a lot of us, as we grow in our practice and we read and we learn more about history, etymology, things of that nature, we learn and we grow. So not everything I talked about in some of those podcasts I still agree, like the witch thing, I don't really mind it, you know what I'm saying? As much as I did. Like I said, I was fresh off into it, still, letting them get off in my ear. And, I'm sure there are other things that may shift and may change, in terms of how I put information out there and the things I learned. And I'm woman enough to say, you know, yo, I don't care too much about that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what's for you is for you, you know? So, yeah, no worries. But, yeah, let's get into it. And furthermore, y'all know today Saturn, well, last night, Saturn went direct. So, I do have a post up if you want to just join the free tier to kind of get information on what that means for you and what that entails for your practice. You can look for that too. I also have on the higher tiers, I got a ritual in there for y'all. So within 24 hours, you know, go ahead and get off into it. But let's look into the overall horoscope. So it's midweek and the moon is shifting into Pisces. Little bit of Pisces, last but not least. If y'all from the South and y'all used to listen to High 105.7 when they used to do the horoscopes every morning on the way to school, when they got to Pisces, they used to say that. Anyway, so yeah, we're stirring the waters of your inner world, your soul's whispers, and the parts of you that usually hide behind logic. This doesn't feel like a hustle type of day. You know, work smarter, not harder. You would need to be focusing in on quick check-ins, looking inward, and a confirmation. I just burped. Not burped. I hiccuped. As soft. So does that mean that I need to be doing it? I don't know. Anyway, a soft reset for heart and spirit. Today's energy isn't about big moves or loud affirmations. It's about feeling what you've been avoiding, honoring your slides your soul has taken, the slides your soul has taken, and listening to subtle guidance that pulses beneath the surface. If things feel heavy, if emotions surface, observe them. And if you feel called to retreat mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, trust it. This Pisces moon wants you to float, reflect, and reclaim the parts of you that forgot quiet. So Aries, let's go. So y'all know you should only be applying this to your sun and your rising, okay? You got a chart full of signs. You are more than that, but for this, we are not going to make it too complicated, okay? Aries, with the moon swimming through your 12th house, secrets, dreams, or inner truths could bubble up. Something you've been avoiding mentally might surface in subtle ways within visions, dream clarity, or gut feelings. Taurus, your 11th house flashes under Pisces moon energy. Hopes, friends, and long-term visions get emotional depth. You may feel drawn to spiritual connection or collective healing rather than just socializing. Gemini, the moon in your 10th house softens ambition through empathy and intuition. Instead of pushing through with cold strategy, you may sense what feels right for your path. A quiet recalibration could shift your career energy. Cancer, with Pisces lighting your 9th house, spiritual yearnings, beliefs, or visions of escape arise. You're being invited to expand mentally and emotionally, maybe through a dream, a book, or a shift in worldview. Leo, the moon stirs your 8th house, intimacy, depth, and shared energy, perhaps even finances. Emotional currents run deep. Watch your heart and your resources. Trust your boundaries. Virgo, with Pisces in your 7th house, relationships may feel sensitive. Collaborations, contracts, and partnerships need compassion and emotional honesty. Things unsaid could surface. Libra, the moon in your 6th house touches your daily rhythm, health, and habits. The energy encourages gentleness. Tune into what feeds your soul, not just your schedule. Scorpio, the moon flows through your 5th house of creativity, joy, inner child, and play. Emotions may be intense but inspired. This is a day to let art, healing, or soulful expression speak through you. Sagittarius, Pisces lights up your 4th house. This is family, emotions, roots, as well as home life. Something deep inside or in your home space may need attention. A memory, a pattern, or a hidden emotional wound. Capricorn, the moon awakens your 3rd house of your thoughts, your communication, your education, and your travel. Sensitive information could arrive. Intuition guides what you hear versus what you filter through the heart. Aquarius. The Pisces moon lands in your second house. Values, self-worth, as well as resources. Emotional sensitivity around money or personal value may arise. Your spiritual worth demands acknowledgement. And finally, Pisces. With the moon in your sign, emotional sensitivity, psychic openings, and spiritual downloads may flood your space. Tonight, your inner world pulses strong. Pay attention to dreams, signs, as well as messages. Now, if y'all want to check out the guidance and the rootwork tips for today, go ahead and join that Tribe Talk tier. You can purchase the readings, not the readings, but horoscopes separately, or you can join and get the horoscopes sent to you every single day. Okay, thank you. Now, let's look at these transits for today. Like I said, now Saturn moving direct, and for us, that is coming out of a season of feeling like things have been slowed down. You know, everything has just been emotionally taxing, and this shift is hitting the spiritual, emotional, and mental levels first before it shows up physically. Now, with Saturn in Pisces testing your boundaries, your healing process, your emotional discipline, and the way you respond to spiritual pressure, this has been a theme since July. So you've been learning where you leak energy, where you overextend yourself, and what responsibilities you've been avoiding or carrying alone. Now, when Saturn stations direct, that's when the fog starts to clear and momentum returns. The lesson phase is ending and the implementation phase begins. So here's a quick list of what you guys may be experiencing over the next several days. Mental clarity is returning. Okay. Emotional maturity shows. Your boundaries tighten naturally. Delays begin to move, and karma activates. Okay, this is more of an internal situation than it is external, because Saturn turning direct means your intuition is sharpening, your emotional lessons start to crystallize, your spiritual life gets structured, and your healing becomes intentional instead of reactive. Okay. So if you're feeling tired, sensitive, or reflective today, that's perfectly normal. When I'm talking about Saturn. When Saturn stations, it's kind of like heavy shifting. So honor the slowness, honor the time, don't make it's such a thing. Like I said, work smarter, not harder. Kind of just take a step back and review and just breathe, take it all in. It went retrograde in my sign, and it's gonna be in my sign, I think, I'm a Pisces, y'all, and it's gonna be in my sign until like about 3 months. I think I kind of touched on this yesterday. It leaves retrograde, but it's gonna not shift to Aries until next year. But the lessons that are being learned, I know that I have picked up a lot, and I have shifted the way I react to shit and the way I do things. The lessons, and I appreciate it, because I remember the older I get, the more seasoned, the more refined. Baby, I'm proud of myself. I'm gonna pat myself on the back, and you should too, because it's not easy. So we do have some journal prompts, some reflections you can tap into today. Like I said, free tier, boo, so you don't have to pay to sign up for the free tier. So if y'all want to check out those reflections and things you might can ask yourself and journal about today, that Saturn goes direct in Pisces, what this means for you, post is already up for your viewing pleasure. Now, the other transits today are speaking quite loudly as well. Again, here we are, just still retrograde, like, oh, what them lessons been just piling themselves on. And for those of us who have shifted and refined and are learning, you're going to reap the benefits of that. But it's still a moment. It's very much a moment. Now, 0 degrees wise, Jupiter in Cancer is trining Saturn in Pisces, which is, again, it's Saturn is stationed direct, but Jupiter is still retrograding. Uranus and Taurus is sextile Neptune in Pisces, and both of those are also still retrograding. As well as Lilith in Aries is... not Lilith in Aries. Lilith in Scorpio is conjuncting with Venus in Scorpio. So again, all that little thinking you gonna throw the rock, hide your hand, and you gonna pretend to learn the lessons, but you didn't really learn the lesson, you know what I'm saying? You just put on a show. First of all, you cannot fool spirit. You can't fool spirits. You can't fool your guides. You know, you can't fool those types of energies. It just does not work like that. Like if you hire a reader or if you hire someone to do work for you and, you know, you thinking like, oh, I'm getting over. A lot of times, you really not. You more often than are not. Like y'all be doing spells, requesting for shit, and no shade all tea, but your spirit team be knowing when you be really out here doing the work and you don't be doing the work, and they will tell on y'all later. So go. They will tell on you very quickly. Let's sit this phone down here. They'll tell on you, and you know, we as workers and practitioners, we go through our own seasons, obviously. You know, we human as well. We're having a human experience just like y'all. But, you know, sometimes, people be thinking they be getting over, baby. You ain't getting over on nobody but yourself. Because your spirit team is not finna grant nothing that's out of alignment. It's just not happening. So use this season of retrograde to step back and really learn, really ingest what they're trying to show you about yourself. Like, I feel like retrograde is also about, like, the mirror is held up to your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do? Like, I'm not above it. Like, I have my moments because, baby, I be want to, and then I change my mind because I'm like, bitch, I'm better than that. Like, fuck all that shit. Like, yes, bitch, I am above this shit. I am better than this. And, you know, a lot of times people try to play with you off of what they think or your old patterns and habits, an old version of you. And nothing quite hits like proving a motherfucker wrong. And I mean, like, on a real level, not just on like this superficial, like, oh, ha ha ha, got you performative level. No, like really changing, really healing, really that shit just rolling off your back like water for a duck. Like, you really did change. And people, the shock, you know, the frenzy that it creates because they thought you wasn't gonna heal. You know what I'm saying? Hell, you ain't think you was gonna heal, you know? And it's very satisfying. It's provocative. It's satisfying, you know? So, you know, do it for the gram. You know what I'm saying? So thrive out of sheer just, nah. Nah. That's what you get. You know? Don't do it just because, you know what I'm saying? Like, really heal. Like, what will happen if you just really fucking heal? What do you think's gonna happen, like, in your life, in your journey? Because people be thinking you be doing this shit for show. And they fuck up and figure out you really meant that shit? Oh, my God. You create a ripple in time, baby. You are the winner. For real. And then once you win, isn't it crazy or ironic that, like, you win finally when you don't even give a fuck about the win? Is that not crazy? Like, I win and now I don't even care about winning. Like, I don't care about looking back. I don't care about proving a point. I know I won and I don't even care. That's when you get there. That's when you made it. I'm telling y'all now. We got nothing to prove to anybody but ourselves. And, you know, obviously the spirits that you are petitioning and trying to get help and trying to move forward. But other than that, you've got nothing to prove to people from your past. You did enough by walking away. You did enough by healing. And a lot of times when people see me discuss, like, certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about being bitter. It's not about being bitter. It's not about rehashing. A lot of times when I bring up stuff, it's to, like, teach or guide or kind of give reference, like I was telling y'all a few days ago. Like, I be wanting you to know I'm real out here. I'm not just faking. Like, I've been through these experiences. I could give a fuck less, you know, pardon my français, but I could give a damn, to be for real. I just want to tell you about it so you realize that I have been there. I know what's going on. Not just I read a few books or I watched a few podcasts and I just decided. Like, no, I have walked these roads like a lot. Like, I promise, I know where you coming from. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, like, on some personal, like, oh, she discussing this, she's still upset, it was a fucked up situation. But, I have grown from that, and I have emotionally detached from those situations. This is more about teaching, guiding, creating some, a bond of like, okay, yeah, I'm not just talking, we're not just chatting. We're chatting, but we're not just chatting. I ain't just talking for my health. So, and I think that's the best type of healer, to be honest, or practitioner. Like, of course, we can learn magic. We can learn Rootwork. We can learn Conjure. We can read about it. But when you really been out there in the field, you really off the porch with it, like, boy, you a different type of monster then, baby. You a different type of monster. So, those stories help. How did I survive? And one day you would be comfortable enough to tell your stories and not feel like, from a place of anger or, bitterness. You know what I'm saying? One day. But let's open these roads. Thank you so much, Spirit, for opening the roads for me on behalf of the tribe. Thank you so much for covering and protecting us as we do go on this journey. Thank you so much for the gift. I don't abuse the gift. I honor it. I appreciate it. I love it. I respect it. What guidance do you have for us today? Because Lord knows. Lord knows. I did not yesterday, y'all. I just went to talking, baby. They was all over the place yesterday. So we got a 3 of Knives in reverse for the past. We got Miss Robinson in reverse, which is the devil. Capricorn energy right now. Before Capricorn season is how I'm reading that. 4 of Knives in reverse. Ooh, y'all. Near future. Oh, 9 of Baskets in the upright. Oh, okay. I was going to say. Overall, we got the 2 of Knives in reverse. So there's a lot that is shifting in terms of you. 10:01 on the timestamp. There's a lot shifting. Like, maybe in the past 3 weeks there could have been some sort of acknowledgement or ending that you maybe weren't really quite ready to let go of. You were still kind of fidgeting over the details. And before Capricorn season, there's something that maybe kept you in a season of unrest this month. But 9 months, you be getting, honestly, this was for you. 9 of Baskets, 9 of Cups, like, you're getting what you deserve in a good way. It's in the upright. And now you're finally realizing that maybe over the past 2 weeks or within 2 weeks, you're seeing what they've been trying to tell you this entire time. You've changed your perspective on things. Tell me about the 3 of Knives in reverse. Yeah, there could have been some sort of bitterness or some sort of fight you were enduring. Aries could be significant with the Emperor here. There could have been a breakup that kind of left you skewed. You skewed your vision. And this breakup is something you didn't truly want to face. You didn't want to face this tower in reverse. But there's a leap of faith or a journey that you have to go on. This is a journey that you had to go on, because I got the Free Man to the 3 of Wands. This is a journey you had to go on so that you can make better choices. You can choose you. You can choose better options, for yourself. Yeah, this is about strength, okay? Leo could be significant as well as Aries. There's something, a breakup could have happened during Aries season, or you could have ended a partnership in Aries season. And You made a decision during Leo season, so take it where it resonates now. You made a decision during Leo season which strengthened your position, and now these collaborations, you realize that you weren't responsible for holding them up. You weren't responsible for keeping these relationships going, continuing to invest in these relationships. That's not your responsibility, is what Spirit is saying. Like, all that martyr shit, you're stronger because you made a decision to choose yourself. Tell me about the Miss Robinson in reverse. Yeah, you'll continue to receive clarity between now and Capricorn season. By the end of December, January, you'll continue to receive clarity. There is something that you were very emotional about in the past, and now you're realizing, Aquarius, this could be significant, that this was a start for you. This is a new beginning for you, and you deserve this shit. 4 sticks in the upright. You deserve this new home. You deserve this new partnership. You deserve this new beginning here. And now that you've committed to a new start, a new path, Virgo, could be significant. You will realize that maybe in the past, these people were not worthy of, your presence. Taurus, Aries, and this is karmic energy. They weren't worthy. These situations were beneath you. You know what I'm saying? Now that you committed to yourself and committed to this new journey, you see these people were morally corrupt. They were materialistic. They weren't willing to go through the process. There's a lot of baneful magic, a lot of manipulation here, because someone was definitely manipulating the situation. Father of Baskets in reverse. And they were doing this so you wouldn't be able to fight back. So you had the thing about, like, black magic. I gotta change my wording, y'all. The thing about baneful magic is once somebody do like a hex or a curse, a lot of times it's like a leak in this building. Y'all know that spiritual song, there's a leak in this old building and I gotta move. Y'all remember that? Okay, yeah, cool. So I ain't even gonna try to sing it because right now I'm not gonna do it justice. But in order for certain things to hit you in a certain type of way, there has to be an area of opportunity for you that you need to work on. And when you build forward tough, a lot of shit just won't hit you in that same way. So I just feel like you were susceptible to a lot of these attacks because there are things about your family, lineage, trauma, certain things about yourself, your self-confidence that you did have to go through and actually heal. And that's why Spirit allowed, or your team allowed, a lot of shit to happen and go through, not necessarily because they wanted you to like face plant, but like, okay, there are some generational curses you need to be breaking. There is some sort of situation that you need to be healing, and once you heal it and you move on from it, then it's like, okay, cool, like I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that's what happened. Like, this person could have emotionally manipulated you, and you were yearning for that love, you were yearning for that acceptance, you were yearning for that, like, that group and or that love, and it's like, no, your spirits had to show you what time it was. So I just feel like you recover from this disaster with the 5 of Baskets in the upright because you are able to heal. You healing, accepting it, you the last man and or woman standing, take what resonates, but you still survive this shit, and things have gonna continue to shift for you. You could be in hermit mode right now, but this is a plan. This was the plan all along, so you could start over, so you could realize that, there was some sort of emotional standby that you needed to handle. And now that you've gotten clarity of this, now Spirit is like, okay, you detaching from the outcome, you detaching from these negative energies, and now, we can move you forward. Tell me about the 4 of Knives in reverse. Yes, 9 of Coins. All those financial setbacks, all of that extra shit, no, that's not gonna be, that's a thing of the past. Like, you didn't think that you could stand on your own. You didn't think you were protected. You didn't think that you pushed through. There was a very, like, this is a Sagittarius energy here, a karmic Sagittarius with temperance in reverse that was skewing your reality. Somebody didn't want you to realize that you are getting erased. They wanted to skew your reality, but you knew better, or you should know better. And yeah, continue to stay patient. Miss Ida, High Priestess, your patience is why you're being given this opportunity. Six of Baskets in the upright. Yeah, you had patience here. And, you know, maybe you did try to, yeah, what is it? Give the olive branch to these people, but they didn't return the sentiment. And this is why you're being blessed here. This breakup helped you. This heartbreak helped you. You know what I'm saying? Leo, helped your confidence here. Yeah, ended any emotional stagnation. 5 of Baskets, 4 of Baskets to the 9 of Baskets. Like, you've done an exceptional amount of healing. And you know how they say, like, money is a frequency? Like, success is a frequency, money is a frequency. So before you could get to this 9 of Pentacles, there was something like emotionally that you had to deal with first. There was a blockage there, and it looks as though you've been working through that blockage because you are getting what you want. Now, what you realized also is you needed to be protecting yourself and, you know, working and co-working with your spirit team with this 9 of Wands. You realize that you needed to be being active about that, especially with whoever that Mother of Sticks and Verses, that's Sagittarius around you. She came out in the reverse again. She's a mess. 1010 on the timestamp. She's a mess. She was trying to control you in a situation where, but she couldn't change your mind. So she decided that she would sacrifice you. Hangman here, Pisces could be significant. And once you were able to face yourself, judgment here, you stopped her from being able to continue to take these actions. Now someone wants to talk because they are not fulfilled, and there is a karmic earth sign feminine and a masculine who is an air sign. This person may have planned on telling you about this, but they didn't ever get the chance. So now they're planning on, somebody had plans to build a family together or build some sort of legacy with you. But it didn't work out. And that's why this cycle is completed. Yeah, it didn't work out. This cycle ended. Why? Yeah, somebody could never let go of the idea that they didn't want to move on from a way of thinking. This could have been about, this could have curbed this masculine's feelings, that Father of Knives. Somebody had some sort of heavy feelings and emotions, and they just couldn't let go. They couldn't let go. So now in the next 2 days, somebody's making progress here. You've just been more loyal to yourself. You've been more loyal to your process, and you've been more loyal to whatever it is that you're studying, whatever it is you've been learning and doing. And while it may take time, you know, continue to work on those things. You truly don't need these people's assistance, and this is why they'll be reaching out to you. Specifically, this Father of Coins in reverse, you know, this person's actions, they're going to be taking some sort of actions. They've taken action. Somebody, what is he doing? This Father of Coins, Son of Sticks. What did he do? He was very selfish, very stubborn when he took these actions. And now it's King of Pentacles in reverse. This person's embarrassed because they stayed stuck in a situation because it's what their family wanted. They were trying to help their families. I got the 10 of Baskets to the 10 of Sticks. Yeah, so now there's a delay. Somebody can't move on from this partnership. They can't. 8 of Baskets in reverse. I'll tell y'all what I got. I got the 8 of Sticks in reverse, which y'all know is Wands in this deck. courting in the upright to the 8 of baskets. So they can't move on from the fact of this. And, you know, this ended because somebody was being controlling. Somebody was being selfish. Somebody was only focused on what they could get out of it. And there's a ton of gossiping and bullying here that is being exposed. Again, there's that Cancer. Somebody has made an enemy of a Cancer, or there's an enemy that's a Cancer around them. And this Cancer knows way more than they should know. And they are using it against you. Like, whoever this Cancer is, they don't really like you for real. They don't like you. They don't like you. They don't like you. They don't. 10 of knives in the upright. Do you hear me? That's a 10 of swords in the upright. This person revealed these secrets. This is an enemy. This Cancer is vicious. Woo. They's a vicious ass. You could have felt like these people were friends, but when there's some sort of action that was taken here recently that has shown that that is not true. I got the Daughter of Sticks, which is the Knight of Wands, to the 5 of Knives in reverse. Yeah, this person wasn't trying to help. This person wasn't trying to do shit. There's a lot of things that were done that was unjustified, Libra, and this is why you're stepping into this Wheel of Fortune. And this person was trying to stop you from moving on, this Cancer, because they've been working for a very long time based off some sort of lie or illusion that they were the person in charge. They are not in charge. Ooh, let me tell you something. I mean, I'm reading from a space of personal development today, but I also see the messy boots is trying to click out. But let me tell y'all who really is your fucking problem. That Cancer is your problem. That person, whoever, they could have. Now, a lot of people be in my comments and they be like, shit, I don't know no Cancer. I don't know no Gemini, etc., etc. First of all, it could be their sun, their moon, or they rising. Maybe they Mercury. That's what Spirit's telling me. So if you don't know this person's whole chart, this person has prominent Cancer placements and they are holding a grudge. They pretending that they liking you, but they don't really fuck with you for real. Okay? Okay, thanks. They might be a Cancer moon, you feel me? They might be a Cancer Mercury, you don't know. But somebody that had a Cancer around them that has been faking the motherfucking funk for so long. But whatever they was sending at you, trying to attack you with, you've been able to beat it. You've been able to beat it because you was healed. You were forced to heal. But like I said, built for tough, baby. They ain't think you was going to be taken care of, but this was unrealistic. You are the high priestess, and you made peace with this heartbreak. You made peace with the fact that these people didn't like you, and this is why you're being blessed, period. I know that's right. They thought you, see, people that are followers and what I like to call crowd pleasers, and they do it for the group, they don't understand when they meet a person or an energy that just is not moved by that. They don't understand that, and they operate off the fact that they think that you are like them. Like, oh my God, if we isolate, if we act like we don't want to fuck with them, if we leaving them out, but they don't be knowing they be doing you a favor, because if they really wanted to continue to fuck you up, they bring you in, they show what Jay-Z said, love, I don't get enough of it, you know. That's the Achilles heel. But see, they so fucking crazy, pardon my fiance, that they be like, okay, we gonna cast this person out, we gonna not be cool with this person, but what they really, and I mean, I guess it's like, how you gonna give the recipe to the ops? But hey, I'm just saying, god damn, like, come on, man. They don't know. Had they brought you in and corrupted you from the inside, then they probably would have fared better. But when they outcast you and pushed you into hermit mode, it made you stronger, it made you wiser, it made you face yourself, it made you do things that you normally would not have done had you been like taking in all the noise, all the unsolicited advice, all the drama, the gossip. See, they thought they was hurting you. They thought they was hurting you. They helped you. They helped you. You would have never reached this space if you had continued to be brought in by this group of people. But they don't know nothing. They don't know no better. Because these are crowd pleasers. These are people that, you know, for the good of the gang. Oh, I'm a bully, but I'm a bully together. Like, no. They forced you to face yourself. So yeah. And you became the confirmation. You became the empress because of it. You also became the high priestess because of it. They can't hurt you. 9 of Wands in reverse. Period. I know that's right, guys. You better tell them, baby. They can't hurt you. Present. These people are in regret right now because there's something that someone's noticed over the past 2 weeks. Somebody realizes that they shouldn't have made this decision for victory because now this is over. Okay, let me tell y'all what cards I got. I got the 5 of Cups to the 2 of Swords in reverse, to the 3 of Wands in reverse, to the 6 of Wands in the upright, to the World. So when I read that is, they in regret because all this little bullshit they did to you, it's not work. It didn't work. You faced yourself. You realized that these were bad decisions, and in order for you to have success, or it was in your best interest for it to be over. Justice is being served at the end of the day. And now someone's upset somebody about the things they said because you know how they really feel. Yeah, they wish they hadn't went through with this. The Cancer here, the Leo here. They were trying to stop you from seeing that they truly needed you to stick around in order for them to get some sort of offer. And they were being deceptive. So this is why they didn't reach their goal. So now you got someone, a Knight of Swords, wanting to come in with some sort of quick communication. Somebody wants to come tell you something about some money or about an opportunity. And they're wanting to take the lead. A King of Wands in the upright to extend you a long-term offer, and this is only because they can no longer sacrifice you. The Hangman in reverse, you've gotten away from these people. They can no longer sacrifice you because there's a lover here. Your lover, they can't sacrifice you. The lovers are trapped or bound. 9 of Swords, they're bound, and this Emperor in reverse needs help. They need money. They need opportunity. They need you to give them a chance. And they believe, Aquarius, that if they take this quick movement, this King of Cups will be able to seal the deal, the Wheel of Fortune. But you know better. There's a Libra here. Somebody could be under judgment. Somebody knows something. Because I got a Queen of Swords to the Judgment in reverse. There's a Libra that made a bad decision, and they're trying to figure out, this could be a part, this person could be a part of this individual's family. They're not getting what they want. They're not getting this relationship, this partnership. Somebody wasn't thinking. They never thought that this would end in heartbreak and you would not want to be cool. 2 of Cups in reverse, and your lack of friendship is why they're not getting any further help. There was an ego here. Somebody's behind the scenes. There was a lot of ego, and this is why they weak. Because they could have spoken with this, or they could have known what this Queen of Wands was doing. They knew this Queen of Wands in reverse was doing this baneful magic. And now someone's plan is to offer you your cup because they don't want to deal with the Tower. Somebody could, a King of Swords may be thinking about apologizing to avoid a Tower. Yeah, because there's this Temperance here. The Sagittarius energy is the breadwinner, Queen of Pentacles in the upright, and this King of Pentacles in the reverse is trying to escape some sort of poverty through death. Because I got the Scorpio card. Yeah, if this ends, they're going to be knocked off their pedestal. And this is all happening right now. I got Scorpio to a Hierophant in reverse. This is ending because someone didn't follow their intuition. They didn't listen to their higher self. They operated in their lower selves, thinking they'd avoid some sort of betrayal by delaying you. But what happens is these things, you detaching from these people, is what helped you out. And I'm also seeing they tried to avoid the betrayal of detaching from whoever this Virgo is or this Capricorn. They should have detached from this person. But see, this Virgo is where how the family gets money. I see 10 of Pentacles here. And this person didn't want to work hard. So they're not going to, somebody doesn't want to put in the work in the past. So they're not going to give anything. They have nothing to give. Easy come, easy go. You better know it, baby. Easy come, easy go is what I just heard. So now someone's trying to stop a argument from happening, trying to control a situation, hold on to their coins. The truth is, these people have always been working together to keep you in this Queen of Cups energy. Somebody felt like you were too emotional, so they decided they'd fight you because maybe you moved out of emotion doing something. Somebody didn't want to take responsibility for why a person didn't walk away. And now someone's afraid because they were afraid of you. This is why they were fighting you. And they tried to gang up on you multiple times because these people are burdened and they can't move on. They burden you. Want you to move on. Yeah, they wanted you to stay stuck because it's like you stay stuck and this like helps out their narrative. Okay, like I said, you deciding that you didn't give a fuck no more and you were gonna heal by any means necessary is really what messed up the plan. Because see, the plan, these are people that thrive in groups. They thrive. It's like I just see like angry mob, you know, like they a lot of people don't grow up around like a crowd of people with a bunch of friends and a bunch of like yes men or women. So you know, when people operate out of that type of energy, they don't know no other way but to get them in groups and bully people, and they think this is how they will win. But they ran up on somebody that just, they don't operate like that. So all of the attacks, all the gossipy issues just went left. It did the opposite of what they thought it was gonna do. You getting what you deserve. 9 of baskets. 9 months is very significant here. Within 9 months, confirmation birth. Everything on. If you keep going the route you're going, within 9 months, stay no contact. Stay working on yourself, following your intuition, healing. You know, everything will continue to work for you, not against you. You're a leader. You're not a follower. These people are followers. These people are bullies. Somebody could have thought you were weak. They thought they'd be able to take your power. That's what they believed. And Aries is significant here. But you're blessed. And they trying to figure out how. Sacred and mystery. Because they were so unkind to you. But this is because they were, didn't I just say they was afraid of you? Fear came out. The fear card came out. They were afraid of you. That's why they did this. And Spirit says, don't forget what went on. Don't be tricked. Just because these people seem to be laid into rest, there's some sort of bad energy here that they're trying to keep secret. These people, they hate the fact that you're happy. They hate the fact that you are experiencing joy right now. And this has caused them to lose courage because they were playing games and they thought they were working, but they could have been playing in death magic. Yeah, trying to destroy you. They thought this was over. Yeah. People don't, I don't know what to say for that. I mean, I do, but everybody don't move off of crowd control. Everybody just don't. They can't adapt to something. They want to craft a deal. I got the devil card again. Scorpio season. They can't adapt. They can't change it. They trying to deal with the fact that they did all this and it just didn't work. Especially that Taurus. He's been paid. He, she, it has been paid because the High Priestess and the High Priest came out. They've been paid and things haven't changed. So they got some chaos going on around them and they can't protect themselves. They lost. They lost this fight, baby. They lost. They couldn't come after you because there's some sort of family here. They got a family now. They can't con you anymore. So now they're having to sit in this space. Their intentions were bad. They didn't realize that they didn't want this to evolve into something. They didn't want you to know that they created this. There was some sort of creation. They created this family. So now they can't collaborate with you because they can't get out of this situation with this family situation, this relationship, without revealing that they know what they know. And now someone's inspired to trust you. Maybe in the past they didn't follow their instincts. They didn't take what you were saying. They didn't think that they'd have to defend themselves. But now that things have been kind of minimized, they have to disguise themselves. They have to disguise, like, whoever this person is, they can't move freely like they once did. They stepped out of one situation and then stepped into another situation, and they moved too quick on their feet. So now you got a person that where they normally would be able to kind of come towards you and do all this extra shit. They can't do that now. They got to be still. Stillness came out. They got to do shit on the low ski, and they've lost the confidence to heal this situation because now they trapped. Freedom in reverse. They trapped in a situation, and they in their feelings about that shit. They trapped. Somebody tried to make you think like they didn't care. They didn't do da-da-da-da. They walked themselves into some shit. Do you hear me? Wow. Yeah. So if you feel a lot of energy coming your way today, it's because, it's the holidays. People is retrograding and whatnot. So it's like they feeling some type of way, they feel away. And your name's probably being brought up, memories, people probably saying little slick shit, and that's why. But you continue to move forward. Your table is being prepared in the face of your enemies. You know what I'm saying? They're your footstool at this point. So, yeah. Keep putting in the work. People will want to come towards you and collaborate with you because they see your strength. They know what they did. So this is ending your stagnation. 4 months is significant here. In the past, you couldn't heal because you kept trying to make peace with people who you knew weren't supposed to be a part of your reality. And now that you've developed this discipline, their plan isn't working out. Booyah. And that's my story, and I am sticking to it, okay? I pray that this message helps you guys out and gives you some clarity on your journey, knowing that you're making the right moves. And if you ain't making the right moves, I hope this pushes you into alignment. If you guys are looking to get a reading, click the link in my bio. Go ahead and book your readings, workings. I do have availability. And if this message resonates, don't forget to follow, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. You never know who we can help. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. And yeah, we're gonna chat soon. Have a good day, y'all.